Welcome to the Keys to Conversions podcast. I'm Mark Strachan, and I'm set to explore real estate trends, best practices, and tales from agents' journey. Today, I welcome Andre Lafountain, who is dedicated to faith, family, and fiercely focused on business. He's a strong promoter of the eXp real estate model, and I'm super excited to dig into his unique journey. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Mark. Great to see you.
Yeah, this is kind of like our first meeting. We've talked on the phone a few times, but our first virtual face-to-face. It's nice to have you on the pod today.
Yeah, happy to be here. Excited to talk to you, man.
Yeah. So why don't you just explain? I don't even really know the answers to any of these questions because, like I said, we're just getting to know each other, really. Why don't you explain your journey into real estate?
Oh, man. I've been licensed since I was 22 years old. Got my license where I lived upstate New York. Started off as a solo agent. Being so young, I knew it was going to take a minute to get my business going. So I actually worked another job, like a lot of agents getting started part-time. I worked at a pharmaceutical plant from 4 in the afternoon until midnight. So I sold real estate from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon for about 4 or 5 years. And after that, we went to a flex shift and worked from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from noon to midnight, 12-hour shifts, and then worked all day in real estate. So I did that for 9 years. It took me 7 years doing both those jobs to get to 40 units a year. And then I finally invested in myself, and I paid a high-level coaching company to help us understand marketing and a scale of business. And the next year with that coaching, I went from 40 deals to 79 deals with me and one brand new buyer agent. And then next year went to 109 transactions because I hired an administrative person because I was doing all the TC work prior to that for both of us. And once we got to that point, I left the pharmaceutical plant and then went into real estate double full time, right? Opened up, partnered up with my friend and started our own independent brokerage. And basically did that for another decade. Our teams were selling about 300 units a year. My best year, I did about 80 deals, 75 listings, 5 buyers, and my team kind of did the rest. And then in 2009, the coaching company that helped us grow our business so well offered me a position to work for them and help them grow their coaching business. So it was my opportunity to get a cold weather and the high taxes in New York. So my wife and I and kids moved south to Atlanta, Georgia area. My partner took over the team, and he's still rocking up there in New York. And I was a real estate coach for 9 years. I helped the coaching company go from about 100 members to 498, almost 500. Planned on retiring from that company till the boss came in one day, kind of changed our agreement. So I said, all right, good Lord told me to get back in real estate. And so I started thinking about opening my own independent again. But I remember the heavy lift, the cost, the liability. And being a coach, I knew all the different models out there. We used to coach agents from independents, franchise, didn't matter. We helped them all. So I knew all the models, a lot of the old-fashioned models. And I just kind of started looking, and no one called me about eXp. I was searching for something and came across them and did my due diligence. And when I saw the whole and understood the model, it's like, wow, this is going to change the real estate industry. So I got plugged in. That was 5 years ago now. And it's been a big deal, life-changing, to be honest with you. All the things that we've done in my 33 years of real estate as a solo agent, a team leader, a broker, owner, and a coach, I've never been this net profitable because of the eXp model. But that's kind of my 30 years in, I don't know, in a minute or less.
Yeah, I can really relate to the early part of your journey with the coaching. You put me on to this coaching group that I'm involved with now, and it's been fantastic. And from that, I'm actually started yesterday filling in the mentorship program and actually start to give back to our brokerage as well. So there's lots of unique opportunities. What does your day-to-day look like now? Like what obviously with the eXp model, there's a recruiting aspect to it. Like how would you explain your business as it sits today?
Well, I get up at 5 a.m., spend some time with the Lord, and then go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, um, Tuesday, Thursday, just walk around the community and stuff. So it's real important to kind of have some downtime in the morning, I think. And then at 8:45, I'm on a Zoom with my VAs. I had a couple of VAs. I'm not really great with tech and a lot of things that I'd rather not do. So I had them doing that, and then I'm on a phone call or Zoom usually by 9 or 10 at the latest, and I'm either prospecting. I normally prospect 2 hours a day at least, scheduled 2 hours a day. Sometimes it's more than that. Just depends on what time I have in my schedule. And the other times I have a lot of my team members are jumping on in my schedule to get help with selling houses, with production. I've been a coach for a long time, so we can help them with that, or with agent attraction, help them build their teams, etc. I'm usually on several Zooms per week, 2 or 3 a week, on with other influencers and other top people within the company, learning from them on how to become a better leader, on how to help our team members sell more homes, how to build our organizations, and pretty much schedule's pretty busy, but it's pretty open also to my team members because they just got to jump in my calendar and work anywhere from 5 to 7, just kind of depends on the day, and then we're off to dinner and doing something fun on the way.
So this shift to the eXp brokerage model has been it sounds like it's been very beneficial. It offered many unique opportunities for you as far as coaching and recruiting. What has been the most rewarding part of this transition, and what uniquely how has our brokerage uniquely positioned itself to provide you this?
Yeah, great questions. What's the biggest joy that I get for me is I'm well, the old quote from Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. And I've just been fortunate enough to have some great business partners, and we've really been, it sounds like a cliche, but literally changing their lives. I mean, from doubling, tripling their business. I know a guy that we helped him 5x his net income. My first independent broker that we partnered up with in Canada, Pierre, he 5x his net, not his gross, his net income within 3 years. He used to work 80 hours a week, selling 125 homes a year himself. Now he works 30, 35 hours a week, sells maybe a half a dozen houses himself, but he's able to leverage all those deals and business that he did. He gives it to his team, and he's helping other agents grow, right? And I know now he bought a couple properties in Arizona and runs his team from Arizona. That's life changing, right? Mm-hmm. I think he played 150 some rounds of golf last year, and has a real business. And then his son literally changed a lot of his life. Pat was doing 20 some deals a year, third year in his business. 12 months at eXp, he's doing 60 deals, had $90,000 in stocks. I mean, and he's, he was in his 20s. So I get a lot of joy from helping other people grow with, my coaching background, et cetera. And of course, that changes my financial life because the way the eXp model, to answer the next question of how it's positioned us, there's dozens of reasons why people get plugged into eXp, with the stock ownership, with the great health insurance that you have a great discount, the low caps, the training is off the chain that eXp's giving, and the collaboration and networking is like nothing I've ever seen before as far as support. But for me, when I saw the revenue share opportunity to be able to help other agents grow and to help yourself grow at the same time. I mean, I don't win unless you win, right, Mark? I don't win. I'm not making great income, passive income, unless I'm helping other agents reach their goals. So I get to do what I love doing, helping other people, and financially, because of the model, it rewards us very, very well. In the old, the old fashioned models, you have the franchise on top, and we're not a franchise, right? We're no franchise fees, no desk fees. Um, we're owned by Glenn Sanford, the owner, and us agents, right? We're the owners of the company. But on the old model, you buy a franchise for $500,000 or $250,000 or whatever it might cost, and then you hire recruiters or office managers, et cetera, and then recruiters, and then the agents are on the bottom of that list, and they're the ones doing all the work, right? We're the ones out running around selling all the houses, bringing in the income. If the agents weren't selling houses, no one's making income. But then all that, the agent gets their little commission, gets their commission split, and then the rest flows to the top. And Glenn just turned that upside down and said, if we make the opportunity so big for agents, who are the ones that are doing all the, selling all the homes, and who do agents like to work with? We like to work with our friends, right? We work with the people that we love doing business, being in business. So when you disrupt that old model and you don't have the recruiters, you don't have all those middlemen making all that income, and because corporate's cloud-based, now there's offices all over the place, and a lot of agents have offices, and they're everywhere in eXp branch offices, but corporate is cloud-based. The billions with a B that corporate is saving by not having all the bricks and mortar and the expense of the taxes and the insurance and the heating and cooling, et cetera, they pour all that revenue back into the model, and Glenn is guaranteed to pay out 50% of the revenue that comes into the company from all the sales. And if, I'm sure but people listening haven't heard, we were on Inman News and Real Trends, and they named us the top #1 company that sells more homes in all of the U.S. and Canada compared to everyone out there. And I think we're like 100,000 units ahead of #2, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. That's a lot of revenue. And they're paying 50% of that revenue out to us agents. And it's a brilliant model. I mean, I've been in this business 33 years, had some really great years, but I've never been this net profitable.
Right.
And virtually no overhead, a couple of VAs and, a couple of different systems that we have, and no liability except for myself. But I get to do what I love doing, helping other agents grow their business. If they want to, they're, newer and want to go from 10 deals to 20, easy enough. If they want to go from 20 to 50, we can do that. If they want to, they're maxing out at 40, 50 and they can't do anymore, they want to build a team and go to 100, 200 to 300. We've been there and done that, and we can absolutely help them do that. And then my business partners above me, and we're all financially aligned, right? The way the model works, the people above me get paid by the company to help me and our team grow and reach our goals. So the collaboration and the networking that we've received from our partners are like I've never seen before.
Right. You mentioned Pierre there. I was actually taught, it wouldn't shock you. Obviously, I'm well connected with the Nadeau group there. I was talking to him yesterday, and actually I sent your wife, Beth, a message. You're a tough guy to dig up some dirt on. I was trying to fire you a question about something specific to push you back off your feet, but no one's talking. Like, you truly are a man of faith, family, and business.
Yeah, those are the most 3 important things in my life is my faith with the good Lord, and He's blessed us beyond measure. My wife and the kids are joy, my family, absolutely, and then business. I love what I do. I've been doing this for a long time, and in the past it was helping a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers meet their real estate dreams, and now I spend more time helping real estate agents, kind of meet their dreams, whatever those are, to grow their business. Some of it's to be able to, they're ready to not work so much. They would like to have systems and processes in place so they can slow down that transactional treadmill someday and be able to get off it, or at least slow down. I know I don't want to be messing with lock boxes when I'm 80 years old, right? And agents aren't known for doing a good job of paying their taxes and saving for retirement. I haven't been to too many. Actually, I haven't been to any real estate agents' retirement parties. A few funerals, but no real retirement parties. But I can tell you there are going to be some great retirement parties coming up with my business partners at eXp, because that's what Glenn has really set up for us, multiple ways of earning income. So we want to slow down someday. We can, but we can still enjoy the lifestyle that we've grown to know and have continued, passive income.
How has faith kind of guided you through business? Like, what sort of principles? How would you associate business with your faith?
Oh, that's a great question. No one's ever asked me that. Well, I mean, when I was ready to make a move and leave the coaching company, I didn't want to. My plan, and I'm very plan oriented, my plan was to retire from that coaching company, 6-figure, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday position. But besides them changing my, our deal, there was a lot of other factors, and I prayed for a year, and the Lord was showing me the signs pretty clear. You look back, they're pretty clear. It's like, gee, how come I didn't really see that? But it's because I wanted to do it my way, and I wanted to keep going down that path. And thank God that He kept closing doors and opening other doors. And within a couple of days of me going to my old boss and saying, hey, I'm giving you notice that I'm leaving. I didn't have a real estate license at that point. I had let my license go. I didn't have another job to go to at that point. But when I finally did what I felt the Lord tell me to do, was you need to close that door. Because I didn't know where I was going, I actually gave my old boss, I think, 8 weeks notice. I'm leaving in 8 weeks, because he didn't want me to go. And within a few days of that, doors started opening. And I never had really even heard of eXp by then at that point, but things started happening, and then one thing led to the other. And I asked my wife, she was a broker of a company with 125 agents at one point. And I said, who do you know that loves God and people more than money and wouldn't, give me the short end of the stick like my old boss did? And she told me Levi McDonald, and I only met Levi once at a Christmas party. So I said, all right. So I met with him, and he had just joined eXp like a few weeks or months before. Met with him and his partner Dan, and I just looked at the model. And during that business meeting, I was on the computer in the world talking to like accounting or something, kind of figuring out how this thing works. And I was really astonished how in a minute or two, I'm talking to accounting, talking to a broker on a computer, like real live people. I'm like, wow, this is going to change industry. But while I was doing that, Dan and Levi were having a conversation, a side quiet conversation, and it was faith-based, talking about a book that Dan was reading. And that was kind of like another aha moment of a sign. He's like, all right, these are my people. They're in a business meeting. They're talking about their faith. So I try to listen, in the quiet time of what the Lord is trying to share. And I got a long way to go, but
you found your tribe.
Yeah.
Now to the family question. Balancing family with a demanding career obviously can be a struggle. How do you manage that balance? And what advice would you give to younger agents who are facing the same challenge?
Yeah, for sure. I've been married 33 years to my high school sweetheart. We dated for 7 years. I was 16. She was 14. You have communication, communication is key. One thing I learned from some ministry that I was listening to was, and we all can get better at this, obviously, besides the lines of communication keeping open, is try to, it's hard to say, not like outdo your partner in a bad way, outdo them in a good way, like try to serve them more than they serve you. Try to make them laugh, try to make them do things. And it could be a lot of the tiny little things, folding the laundry and, helping make the bed, whatever it might be. Some of those little things go a long way. And we all can do better at that for sure. But that's one thing. And then I'm a scheduler. I time block everything. I time block my calls. I time block working on my business. I time block date night. I mean, if it's not my schedule, it may not happen. So, we go out date night every Friday evening, and it's blocked out. We block out now we moved to Florida because of this model. We've been able to move to Florida. We just had a new house built, and we like live in this like a little it's like a resort community, golf carts running around and stuff, and we go to pickleball on Tuesday nights now. So that's scheduled, right? If I don't have anything scheduled at 5, after 5, most of the time I just keep working because I love what I do, and I just got so much to do, and I feel like there's so many people that I can help if we could just have a conversation with open-minded people looking to grow. So I sometimes can work late, but if it's pickleball scheduled and date night scheduled, etc., we can get that those things actually happen. So you want to focus on and schedule working on those most important things. Your quiet time, your relationships, and business, right? And if you schedule things, sure, once in a while a wrench gets thrown in occasionally, but if you prioritize the most important things, and what on your deathbed, is anyone ever going to say, man, I really wished I would have worked
done
more.
one more deal?
So you got to prioritize things that are important to you.
Yeah, for sure. So switching over to recruiting, what are the certain traits that you believe are essential for success in today's real estate market?
As far as
what do we look for in agents that we believe that are going to be strong agents, and what are the certain traits that you see that from the most successful?
Self-starters are good. People that have big goals are good. People that are consistent on their goals and what they want to do are very, very good. They say, high D, high I personalities are really great for, for being a real estate agents. But I know a lot of S's and C's, that are great real estate agents as well. We all have different personality types, and I think anyone can be a good agent. But I think people that are consistent and can follow a plan and have a good support system, and even if you don't have a good support system, you still are willing to ask for help and look for opportunity, because there's so much opportunity out there. It's not funny. And attitude is really important as well. You got to have the glass half full type attitude about things. I'm working on that. I'm more pessimistic, just the way I guess I'm wired. I've been trying to change that over the years, to be honest with you. Because I like to be prepared for things, so my old mentality was, you hope for the best, but you're prepared for the worst. And I think I've been trying to change that mentally, because when you look back in your life, 90% of the things that you were worried about, you were stressed about, that you thought you were prepared for, never happened. And you wasted all that time and energy. So try to look for the best in everything, glass half full. And I think a lot of times the opportunity the opportunity is always there, but you're going to see the opportunity and notice it if you're more positive than negative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Following you on social media, I notice you're always speaking about gratitude and how you're grateful. And I suspect you've kind of gone down a similar journey that I have in that regard, and shifting your mindset in being conscious of the things that you're grateful for. Gratitude towards your business. Can you elaborate on how that has shaped your professional growth and your approach to mentorship?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Mark. Gratitude. I start that every day, every morning. I get up and you just list the things in your mind of what you're grateful for. That's the best way to start out your day. As far as gratitude with my business, like I said, I've never been this net profitable in my 33 years of business. So I'm very grateful for the eXp business model and my partners and the people in the whole organization. It's pretty amazing. You didn't really realize it when you're on the outside looking in, but once you're here, I mean, the brokers, the support staff, I'm texting literally through our workplace app. I'm texting brokers, staff members, 6 in the morning and 10 o'clock at night, not, because they can look at it whenever they're up or whatever. I'm getting people that are responding at 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. And it's like, wow, I didn't expect you to respond now, but thank you. And it's amazing because that's not normal. And maybe you're a broker because it's their butt on the line and they got to make sure things are taken care of. But all support staff, that's kind of unheard of. And I think it's because, we're all owners in the company. And as the company grows, locally and globally, our wealth grows because of that. So I'm very grateful for that. And we're trying to pay it forward. I promised the Lord when I was looking at making the move, I was talking to my business partners and they kind of sharing with me some of the income that they're earning because of this model. And my business partners back then, they were only in eXp for 2 years and they were already making $60,000 a month, not a year, $60,000 a month in passive referral income. And I said, wow, I promised the Lord, if I don't even need to make, even half that per month. But, if this is the road you want me to go down, I promise that, the Lord will still be my idol and not money like it used to be before I had a relationship with him. And I promised we would put a certain amount of that money over and above what, we need into an account to do things for ministry and for other people, et cetera. And we started that bank account several years ago, and it's getting pretty good. And I just, donate and do different things to whatever the Lord puts on my heart to help people. So that's been really a big deal for me. And as we continue to grow and make some incredible income, we can help a lot of people.
Yeah. So for those that are listening to this and kind of struck a chord with, how can, how do they get involved with us? What should they be looking at doing right now? What are you excited about? What are we offering?
Oh man, there's so many things coming down the pike that I'm excited about, and some things that just happened with eXp 2.0 has changed the game for agents to be able to earn income, multiple streams of income over and above their commissions. I'm super excited about that. It's already added quite a bit to my monthly income already, and it's going to really help the average agent. The average agent at eXp, they just want to sell more houses. And if they get connected to the right group, like, our group, your group, Mark in Canada, they have the support so we can help them sell more houses. That's the easy part. And when we help agents sell more homes and their friends from other companies saying, wow, I see like Pat Nadeau, I mean, he wasn't trying to grow a team. He just wanted to sell more houses. But because he tripled his amount of units in his first 12 months, he had, I don't remember the exact number, but 10 or 12 people that reached out to him. Even one of his mentors, which was like the top Remax guy in Ottawa, right? And those guys have now partnered up with Pierre and with us, or Pat, with us at eXp. And I think he has over 200 people in his organization now. And that's just going to get better, because the average agent, as we help them sell more houses and their friends notice it, and they, attract a friend or two to the company. In the past, you had to have 5 agents on that you've attracted to the company to get paid the big money on their sales. You get paid on every sale, but it's just a little bit, but you get paid a big percentage. Once you had 5 people in your first level and 10 in your second level for level 3, which is your friends, right? But now with the revenue share 2.0, that qualifications are gone for your first 3 levels. So that really opens up the game for everyone to earn income right away. And I'm excited of what that's going to help me and our entire company grow. And what people should be doing is, I just ask people is to be open-minded to learn. I mean, if you're not learning, you're dying, right? And you need to know what's going on in the industry. There's a lot of change. I mean, in 33 years, there's a lot of change in real estate, right? And lately it's been with technology, it's even faster. And I talk to people every day and say, hey, I love where I'm at. I love my broker and never going to look to leave. And I tell you, stay where you're at. I'm not asking you to leave. I'm asking you to be open-minded to learn what wasn't available that was never available before. And I heard something just the other day that I really liked. Is this guy was talking to a friend of his, and he got a piece of paper and he wrote a check. He just wrote a fake check on a piece of paper and filled it out for $50,000 because he knew what it would be for his friend if he were to partner with us. It would be an additional $50,000 that he would earn easily because of his production, etc. But he left the name on the check, blank. And he said, here, if I were to give you a $50,000 check, whose name are you going to put in there? Your wife or your broker? And the guy kind of laughed and said, well, of course, my wife. And he snatched the paper back. He goes, you're lying to me, because he's a friend of his. He goes, you're lying to me. You've been paying that to your broker, and you're going to continue paying that to your broker if you don't look at this. And that opened his eyes enough to look at it. And when people do the math, most people figure out it would be financially irresponsible of them not to make the move, because it's that different over here. I mean, just the Icon Agent Award, you're selling 20 properties over your cap. So in some markets that's just 2, others is 10, but 25, 30 homes a year, you get your entire cap back in stock, right? Do that for 10 years. It's 160 grand, or more. If you went back home to your spouse and said, hey, a friend of mine, shared with me that if I were to, take the balloon off my card or change, this or that, which no one really cares about, because your clients only care about, you. They do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. It's not about your, the color of your signs, right? And so you go back and you ask your spouse. A friend of mine asked if I were to do this little change, it could add another $50,000, maybe even $100,000 a year to my income doing the same exact thing I'm doing now. You think I should talk to him for 20 minutes to find out, or no? I probably shouldn't, right? I mean, of course, your spouse is going to say you need to look at any opportunity that can change your financial future. I mean, even if it was only 25 grand a year times 10, well, with the cost with everything nowadays, but your kids going to college. I mean, I'll tell you a really quick story. I mean, my wife and I wanted to pay for our kids' college. That was one of our dreams. I never went to college. She did, but I right out of high school, I had a restaurant for 3-4 years that I owned, and then I sold it and then got into real estate. But we wanted to do that, so we started putting money away every month since the day they were born, and we did it for 18 years. There was a few years when we made the change when I moved from New York to Georgia, and I had a great real estate business, and I was a coach for a few years. There was a few leaner years till we got things built, but for the most part, we did that for 18 years, and it was enough to pay for the first boy to go to college, 4 years. It was a private type college. He did get a scholarship, thank God, but it was still really expensive, but we paid for it all. And the second son went to college, and 2 of the years at the same time, the first one, So we were paying double there for a while. We paid for his 2 years. And then that money that we put aside in mutual funds, et cetera, to my stockbroker kind of ran out. But because of the eXp business model, because of the passive income I had coming in, we paid for my son's last 2 years of college. And when he came to me and said, Dad, I'd like to get my MBA and go another year, it wasn't like, hey man, you're on your own. You're paying. It was like, yeah, sure.
Incredible.
And for me, that was a goal, but maybe it's for other people. It's, pay for their daughter's wedding, or buy a second home that they've always wanted because they've worked so hard and their wife liked to have a second place here in Florida or whatever it might be. There's multiple ways of being able to do that at eXp that's not available at any other company that I know about there. So I just tell people, you got to be open-minded just to learn what you don't know about and find out if it could be a good fit now or in the future. And because we're a global company in 24, 25 different countries, real estate agents know people and know agents and buyers and sellers all everywhere, right? I'm literally in 37 states, 4 provinces of Canada. We have a few people in India, Mexico, Poland, and just in the last month, someone from France and Spain joined our team, right?
Cool.
And we're going to earn income, not from them, but from the company to help them grow. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thanks so much for doing this with me, Andre. But one more thing before you go. You got a wealth of experience. You must have some sort of funny story out there in your years of real estate, something that you might share that was a little off the wall.
Yeah, the first one that comes to mind, I'm sure there's many. The first one comes to mind. I listed this property for sale. It was like a starter home, and put it on the market, and we've had a full price offer within a week. And it wasn't because it was a great deal. It was just we marketed well. We found the right buyer. We did our job. And I remember going to the seller's house to have them sign a contract. Should have been a 20-minute, 30-minute appointment. Here, explain everything, sign here, and we're on our way. And it ended up being like an hour and a half because the lady started crying, and I couldn't understand what was going on. And she said, I can't believe that you sold her house so fast and for full price. I said, well, that was a plan, right? She goes, well, yeah, but my uncle built this house, and I don't know. I don't know if I can sell it. So it's like, you had me spend my time, energy, money to sell your house. I did my job quickly, so there was no pain, for you, less discomfort of showing it 50 times, right? And you don't want to sell it. So that was just kind of a funny thing. It wasn't funny then, but you look back at it and say, people are a little different. I guess she just didn't think I'd really get the job done. So why even list it? Not sure. I'm still kind of confused.
So it never sold?
No, we took it off the market. And I could have. No, I said, she didn't really want to sell. So I could have charged her our commission. We, during the listing contract says if we do our job, she's actually do that commission, and she couldn't afford to pay it. So she would she could have had to sell it, but I'm not gonna do that. So I just, wished her the best, and yeah, she probably still there today. I don't know.
Wow. Well, thanks so much, Andre. It's been nice getting to know you a little bit better and having you on the podcast here. For those that were listening to this that are interested, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can see our phone numbers on the screen. You have any questions about eXp, reach out to one of us. And if you're listening into audio form, we'll put that in our numbers in the description. Thanks again, Andre.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to finish off, Mark, by saying
Sure.
Anyone that's listening, I've only known Mark for a short time now, but I can tell you, he's dedicated to his business. He's dedicated to his clients. He's got into a coaching program that we recommended, and I know he's doing great things and really getting himself out of his comfort zone and doing bigger and better things and marketing for his clients. So if you're looking to buy or sell and you're anywhere in the Kingston area, definitely reach out to Mark. But because our company is global, we can find a great real estate agent like Mark anywhere in the country. Definitely reach out to him. And if you're thinking of, if you're in real estate and you want to be surrounded by like-minded people that their goal is to help you win and help you reach your goals, yeah, you got to reach out to Mark no matter where you live, and let's see what we can do to help you reach your goals as well.
Thank you so much, Andre.
Yeah, great talking to you. Thanks, Mark.